Hi, my name is Andrea Piña, and today we're going to be exploring review and assessment in the activity of the domino review. So, as a classroom, what is the first thing that you think of when you hear chronological order? You probably think, oh, how it goes, like the order of how first to last. And that's true. That's what it is. It's how the pattern goes. So, when talking about the domino review, I want us to really focus on the chronological order and how everything fits into place. It's like a big puzzle. And, we're going to start talking about in this assignment about the Civil War. So, does anybody know anything, literally anything about the Civil War? Yeah, I don't know anything either about the Civil War. So, we're going to learn together. So basically, the Civil War, I'm just going to cut it short. We've already reviewed mainly about what it is. So this is, like I said, we're just practicing what I already taught you about the Civil War. So I'm just going to do a quick brief about what the Civil War is. So it's basically a war that started, and it was between the northern and southern parts of the USA. And we're going to be talking about when it started, and that's all I'm going to give you guys. And I want you guys to start practicing it on your own with this assignment. So the assignment I'm going to assign you guys is the domino review. So like I mentioned, we talked about chronological order. Now we're going to put that into practice. Chronological order, what is it again? Yes, it is. It's like a pattern, like I told you. So we're going to start with the dominoes. So I'm going to give you a sheet of paper that has two statements on it, like this one. So this one says, I have the first domino. Obviously, this is the first one. So we're going to start with this one. So the next sentence says, we have been studying the Civil War, which was fought between, and you guys see the three dots right there? That means it's not the end of the sentence. We're going to keep going. So I'm going to give you two more as a group, and we're going to see how does it connect, like a domino, and we're going to connect them together. So for this example, I already did it. So it's going to be this one. I have the first domino, and we're going to connect it. We have been studying the Civil War, which was fought between, do you think it's 1861? Just right there. We're going to start with that. We have been studying the Civil War, which was fought between 1861. When did it end? Nope. So it can't be this one. So we're going to try this one. We have been studying the Civil War, which was fought between the northern and southern parts of USA. Like I mentioned, if you see the dots here, that means it's finishing the sentence. So we're putting it together here. And, oh, look. The war began in the year. No. The war began in the year 1861. And do you see how they're all together? This is the domino. And that's what you guys are going to do. And it's going to look exactly like this. And the way that this is going to help you guys is that you're putting it in practice, like I mentioned. So with all of this, I'm going to give you in a group of three. You guys are going to do your own. So I did exactly the example that you guys are going to do. So I want to ask you guys, what is chronological order again? Exactly. You guys didn't forget. So before you start, I want you guys to do exactly what I did. I want you guys to understand how we already spoke about the Civil War. And this is all just practice. This is a reteaching. Now, if you guys are having trouble with it, you can ask me. And I want you guys to always know that whatever happens, you ask me, hey, I need this. I don't remember when it started. Then you ask me, and we can review it together, and this could all work. So the way that the review and assessment, what's it called? I'm so sorry. The review and assessment is being used in this classroom is I provide clear instruction, and I kind of like to play around with it. I think kind of relating to the students, like, kind of taking it a little lighthearted, helps the students become more not as shy to ask me questions because they know I won't approach it so negatively. And whenever a student does give me feedback, like how they kept getting the question correct of what's chronological order, I'm building their confidence slowly because I'm getting them out of their shell by providing the supportive, like giving them support back when they're answering correctly. And even negatively, it's all about support and just building them up because that's the only way that they're going to talk to us and they're going to expand in their learning. And as I mentioned, maybe I asked about chronological order like more than 3 times because I really want that to stick, because that is something that sometimes students might not understand, and I want them to feel comfortable that, hey, everyone's learning this with me. It's not just me alone. So, and like I said, at the end of the lesson, I will keep asking if there's anything that they need or that they don't understand. It gives me an opportunity to know, like, oh, they need help here, or maybe I need to reteach the entire thing. And so this activity will become not so, it's kind of like a middle ground of like, hey, what do I need to do? Because everything is 2 ways. The student puts in their part and I put in my part. This helps me understand what I need to do to be better. So, like I said, this strategy is very good for English language learners because they have a tendency to be very shy and they don't want to speak out as often as other students, mostly because of that barrier. So allowing myself to always be repeating themselves helps them see like, hey, my teacher repeats themselves too. Like, how else am I going to understand this? So they will begin to be like, oh, if I don't get it, like, let me ask her. Oh, wait, let me ask her again, because it's okay. And another way that I've seen English language learners work with this type of review and assessment is that repetition is truly key. And when you repeat something over and over again, it does stick to your mind. And I truly think that this is a great way of explaining it. And like I mentioned, I don't see any negative with this assignment because this SIOP, I don't know how to say it, sorry, is very, very helpful for those students because I was one myself and I know how it felt like to always be like, oh, like I didn't get this, but I'm not going to ask. Oh, no, like it's okay. She's not letting even me put in my input at all. Like I want the students to get input back. And it's like a bad way of explaining, but I want to be annoying. Like I want this to be like, we already know this. Stop repeating it. Like I want to be at that level because that means that the students are really understanding it. And yeah, I do think this lesson and the review and assessment is very needed in these classrooms. And okay, thank you. Bye.